What's your
Hello, everybody.
Uh-oh.
Hi.
Uh-oh.
We are live.
What?
And we
Yep.
are live.
Yeah,
Doing it live.
doing it live. Everybody feeling good this week?
Yeah.
I
Have all my organs.
I can't say
had-
that.
I haven't had emergency surgery for a while.
Yeah. Sorry we missed last week. I spent some time in the ER and had my appendix removed. So, yeah.
Glad
You guys have to take it easy on me this week, okay? I'm recovering.
Absolutely not.
Not allowed.
Fantastic. Well, this week is going to be a little bit different. We finished part 1. You guys had done what was set out before you.
Colin.
And wrapped up part 1. So they have been in the process of building characters for part 2, which we will kick off next week. But tonight we're just going to kind of reflect and kind of talk through part 1. You know, if anybody is watching and has questions, feel free to type them in chat and we'll get them answered for you as best we can. You know, maybe these characters will show up again, maybe not. So we'll just have to see how the rest of the campaign kind of flows and falls through. But yeah, so just kind of wanted to take the time to just kind of talk through, give them a chance to kind of talk about some of the decisions they made, ask some questions to me of things they didn't understand, things they could have done differently or explored. You know, why was Tempest really hiking across? You know?
Oh my gosh, so many questions about Tempest.
Will there ever be a moment in the bookstore?
Yep.
I know.
Can we get a
all those
Tempest
fun
spin-off?
things.
Hold on.
Hold on. You all like patently did not want to go check on our the guy that was like
That was
financing us
not
mom.
real. It
you
was
all
an
you all
illusion.
wanted to go mess
We've
with Green
been
Man.
over
Like,
this.
just
There
saying.
wasn't time. There was
Multiple
no time.
But real quick, let's go through our normal startup of finding out what's going on in Red Dirt RPG land this week. Aiden.
Oh my gosh, I'm so caught off guard. Hold on. Like, I'm more caught off guard than I normally am. Hold on, you're gonna give me one moment.
You're gonna make everyone else do their jobs. I didn't even do a recap this week.
There is no recap this week. This is the recap.
The recap was the friends we made along the way.
Oh my
SoonerCon's
god.
coming up in June.
Disadvantage.
You should get your tickets. We're gonna be there. They've got a hotel blocked out. I don't know if anything's still available, but you should come see us and hang out. Andrew and I have already got our room set. So
Yeah, so this week in Red Dirt, today and Sunday for Patreons was episode 75 of the podcast, To the Sewers, in which I throw our furries into the sewers. Gross,
How dare.
nasty. But Billy does come up with a solution to make the smell go away. As for Red Dirt Outlaws, we have Keys to the Golden Vault, episode 46, Return of the Red Rogue, in which our players are attempting to get out with this powerful ruby diadem and are ambushed by an old friend or an old enemy and a new enemy. You'll have to check
It's
that
not
out.
fun.
Samantha does not have a fun time in that one.
No.
But I guess it's not as bad as an appendix rupture. Other than that, I think there is is there plausible liability this Thursday? I think there
I think
is.
they're supposed to be, but at the
supposed to
same
be.
point, I think there was supposed to be one 2 weeks ago too. I'm not sure it
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah,
I don't really know. I know they've got a
Yeah.
lot going on, so yeah, it's supposed to be tomorrow.
It's supposed to be tomorrow. We'll see. Other than that, I don't think there's too much more going on this week.
Tim,
Yeah, I'm here to talk about our Patreon page, patreon.com/reddirtdnd. If you like what you see here, or if you like it that the Thunder got to the playoffs,
yep,
or if you're sad that the Penguins are out of the playoffs, you can throw us a couple bucks. It'll make us feel better. So that's a Red Dirt. That's patreon.com/reddirtdnd, and there's different tiers there. If you just think $5 is the lowest level, but if you do that, allows all that money that we get, it allows us to go to things like SoonerCon, the other conventions along the way. But if you do that, you get access to the Discord server. You can talk to fans and people in the shows and all that good stuff. You can also get the podcast 4 days early. You get the round table, which is every 4 episodes to deep dive into the previous 4 episodes of the Red Dirt D&D podcast. And you get little niceties at higher levels, like you get t-shirts quarterly or little minis, which I think I always don't know which one we're on, but I think it's number 3 we've gotten. Has a 3rd one come out yet?
it has supposedly been ordered. They have them. They have
So
shipped.
close. Yeah.
Not sure what it is.
So we'll
I
find
don't know. Yeah, so
knows
still
what it
waiting
could
for
be?
it. Yeah,
Who knows?
Aiden's,
but if
Aiden's
you-
keeping
yeah.
his mouth shut.
I don't know anything actually on this one, so I don't know. I didn't even know Doodler was the last one. So
Yep.
Wait,
I,
are you talking about the mini?
Yep.
I think
mini,
there
yeah.
might be one in the kitchen. Give me a second.
Uh oh.
Oh,
It may have
I-
come today. We may
Oh,
get an unboxing.
awesome.
did it come in
Right, fuck
today?
yeah.
That's what I know. Brooke hinted last week that they had it because they covered it up, showing that they were getting sent out.
Well, I might find out who it is.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So again, it's Patreon. Yeah, patreon.com/reddirtdnd if you want to support us here, and we'll see what the Lummity's going to show us. We've had the
Yeah.
Doodler, had the Brad. It's all been Mysteries of Beatrix, right? So far.
It has been.
Yep.
Oh nope, didn't get a package today.
No.
That's okay.
It's
Well,
all
Maybe next
right.
week we can show
Nope.
it off.
She was thinking about the Extra Life mini that Tim
Ah.
helped design,
Yes.
which they did a great job 3D printing the
That
Bard from
is
Extra Life.
cool.
Very
That's
nice.
pretty. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's what she saw and thought that maybe that was the package. But nope. That's just Septimus Tim doing some amazing artwork and then some people taking it and making a 3D sculpture from it.
Very
That-
nice.
That's crazy what they can do. It's pretty cool what they can do.
Yep. Fantastic. Michael.
While we're bringing up packages brought to your door, if you find yourself wanting to support what we do here and get a little bit something for your money, you can do that. Get that by going to Red Dirt D&D. Up at the top, you'll see a merch tab. That'll redirect you to our merch store, which I am pleasantly surprised to tell you all has new gubbins in it. You can find this menagerie of hoodies, shirts, and drinking apparel, and it looks like, since last time I looked at this, Tales from the Wilds merch has dropped in there. So if you
Limited
find yourself,
time.
limited time.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
And also you have a variety of dragons as well.
Yep.
From the
That's a
looks of it.
limited time as well. So
So hey, there you
They
go.
look good,
Limited
yeah.
time offers here.
that Platinum Dragon looks pretty neat. I got
Not
one of
just-
those shirts.
You
And
do.
not just on the wearables, it looks like you also have a mug for Tales from the Wilds as well.
Yep.
So, again, if you like what we do here, want to get a little bit of something when you're for the money that you throw at us to support what we do here, that's the way to do it. And you can get something to show your patronage and your fandom.
They have a Platinum Dragon hoodie.
Yep.
Oh.
Hoodie.
You don't order,
Oh,
you have to
yeah.
order the hoodie to match your t-shirt.
That's really cool on the back. I'm not gonna lie. That was a good decision. Well done. I hadn't seen these, so like it was a surprise to me too just now looking at it. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I need to take a look at this.
I need
Fantastic.
some Outlaws merch. I just realized.
We do need to get some outlaw merch. We've got some I don't know if we have it. We had it for secrets.
Yeah, we had some.
But for keys, I don't think we've done really anything at the
Yeah.
moment. So
I just
But-
looked at the shop and it's like, hey, new things. Woo.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I was excited as soon as you said that. I was like, wait, what? New things? Oh,
I wonder if we could get like a place that does the chocolate like the foil covered chocolates that look like coins
Ooh,
to do like
that
something with outlaw branding on it.
that would
Very
be cool. That would be fun. Yeah.
yeah. Let's see. Maybe. See what we can do.
Oh,
Or maybe
Think
we'd
about
have to
that.
do gum so it wouldn't melt in the post.
Well, you could also do the you could do like the tins and do like suckers or something.
Mhm.
Like if you get a plastic molding of the characters. Yeah, no, that'd be kind of cool. But here or there. So I just want to say congratulations. You guys survived an encounter with the Green Mage. The fight
thought we played
was
that
Got
well.
away.
yeah, you did.
He did get
We did-
away. He did get
We was
Sort
he
of.
ever there to begin with?
No, not really.
away. No.
Yeah. No, mages. That's the thing about mages is they always have escape plans and contingencies, and you know.
Okay. The not Tempest Brain was very had a suspicion that that was what
Yeah.
we were dealing with.
Yeah, I thought somebody
100%.
brought
was
that
like,
up. Didn't somebody say
Yeah.
that before we started the episode? Maybe. What's that
Mhm.
spell again?
Simulacrum.
Simulacrum. Yeah.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
You essentially
I-
make a copy of yourself as you were that point in time in the day.
And it's exactly right.
It's
It has all the
exactly-
powers, all the.
It has all the powers. It gets all their spells, all their abilities, but
Minus
they
the spell
don't
slot, too.
regenerate.
Minus the spell slot it took.
Yeah,
you.
minus the spell slot. It's literally the spell slot that they use to
Oh, I
cast it.
see.
They don't get that spell, but everything else, it is an exact copy.
Yep.
At that point in time.
I honestly thought the twist was going to be that there wasn't going to be a twist, and that was actually just going to be him. I didn't realize, because I thought maybe he's just like the villain of this arc. Maybe he isn't involved in the other one, but I've clearly been proven wrong. But I thought the twist was that there was going to be no twist.
No, I'm pretty sure that we're gonna end up going against like the evil, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and then we're
The
gonna
Evil League.
From
and
each
we're
of
gonna
the
have like the blue fighter. and
The
we're gonna
yellow
have,
one's
like,
the
red
worst. You
rogue,
know?
or-
Oh,
the oh no.
Red Rogue, it's already taken. It got taken in Keys of the
Oops.
Golden Vault, so can't do that. So it'll
We
have
could do
to
like
be
a Blue Rogue.
yeah,
Red Barbarian. I don't know.
Red Barbarian. Yeah.
Well, if he shows up holding that black book that Tempest gave to his patron at the end of the game, I'll be like, oh, that's
So if we hear a color and then a class, we
Tempest.
know they're immediately evil, so we have to take them out.
Of course.
No questions asked.
Although we have to be careful because this time he said green, but next time he might say like vermilion or something.
Indigo.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
He'll Roy G. Bivas into the ground.
That's fine. We just
Color colors.
Magenta.
The Rose Ranger.
So you're saying we just go after anyone who has brightly colored clothing. Okay, cool.
I think
Well,
that's how we get in trouble.
Yeah.
I
So,
mean-
just kind of want to throw it out to you guys. We'll just start with Doodler, go down to Brad, Buster, Septimus, Tempest, and then finish with Athanasius this time. Kind of what you thought about part one, about rolling into doing this campaign and this idea that I put before you. So just kind of wanting to get some feedback from you guys and kind of give some what you liked, what you didn't. So Doodler, starting with you.
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. I don't think I was originally supposed to be a part of this until like a month beforehand, and then Andrew was like, "Hey, you want to be a part of this?" And I was like, "Heck yes, I want to play in a game finally."
it was like
But-
2 months. It was like 2 months.
It was like 2 months, yeah. But no, it was definitely very interesting. I think this first campaign really helped me understand how the gods and stuff kind of work and how everything kind of functions. So honestly, Doodler was kind of a more playing it safe character than anything else, honestly. I think I've already kind of talked to this about this with the group, but that's what kind of Doodler was. And I know some of the group kind of has similar sentiments. But I really enjoyed it. The only complaint I would kind of have is kind of the slowness, and I think partially it wasn't really your fault, Andrew. It was mostly just kind of us figuring out how to work together and stuff. It was just a lot of us trying to figure out how to mold together, and also, having 6 people, it's going to be difficult to move things fast. So,
Even especially in a show, right?
Yeah. But as we continued onward, we actually got faster and faster at doing things. So it definitely got a lot better near the closer to the end, where it was like, okay, we know where we're going, we know what you need to do.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really enjoyed the world building. I really enjoyed everything about that. I think I ended with far more questions than I expected to have. Honestly, I still don't know exactly what's going on, but hopefully those will be answered at some point.
Yep.
I guess there are more mysteries to be found in Beatrix.
Yeah. No, definitely. Jess, simple. Yeah, you're number 2.
I never got my hat back.
Aww.
I mean, I guess it's
Very
not a
sad.
sacrifice if you immediately get back, but I bought a hat. I bought a hat as a prop, and I gave it up, and now I don't have it no more. I mean, I have it. My daughter likes to wear it. But, where's that brain? I don't know. I had fun with Brad. She was kind of off the walls, and but I agree with Aiden about that we were slow, and now we get to do it all over again and figure out how the next 6 characters actually work together. And I was grateful to actually be able to participate, because for a little while there with our beautiful dice fairy, we didn't know if I was gonna be able to participate very much, because she's
which was kind of built into Bradley's design.
Because it's a lot easier with the martial classes. And even with my next character, I'm a warlock. I do Eldritch Blast. Move on. So, to help with that dead time of if I have to excuse myself to take care of her. But I think I don't know if I have a really big complaint. There were a couple of times that would be frustrating, because it's like, this situation is specifically one that my character can't do anything in, because I can't. I have disadvantage on wisdom saves, and my wisdom saves are not great anyway, and I'm just gonna keep being brain controlled. So I'm sorry, everybody. Don't let me hit you. But that is kind of the plight of the int dump martial classes. So
but you do lots of damage.
Yeah, that was fun. I like my hammer.
You're really good at getting hit also. I like that part. You're really good at
that
getting
part.
hit.
Oh yeah. No, I really do. I know that there's no effective way to like do taunting in like tabletop RPGs, because it's like what I roll to taunt, and then they have to roll an insight to figure out if I'm just trying to get them to hit me. I don't know how that seems cumbersome in the heat of battle, but I do like I tried to be somewhat a damage absorber. So not my turn anymore. Somebody go next.
Colin, Buster.
Where to begin?
At the beginning is usually a good spot.
Let's see. I think I kind of made Buster a little bit later than the rest of you, if I remember correctly, because I was uncertain of what I wanted to play, what I wanted to be, what I wanted to do, what the experience is going to be like in the format of a show online. And then Aiden was also jumping in, like, all right, I'm going to grab Aiden. We're going to make some dudes.
We just kind of grabbed onto each other almost immediately, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was like okay, we're just gonna partner up and make characters together.
We're just some silly fellas. That's what we ended up being. Decided on monk because I've never played a monk, and honestly, I thought they were a little bit underwhelming for a long time. Right? I'm like, ooh, he's a monk. Okay, that's my turn. Oh wait, There it is. Well, bonus action.
Just gonna punch a lot.
Yeah. Then I started realizing, like, wow, okay, so I can move everywhere on the map all at once. Cool, that's interesting for combat and utility. And oh, he's also springy, jumpy, go fast. And that's not even mentioning the clown aspects, of which I will never forget.
I have a question. Where
Yo.
did the clown aspects come from? What made you?
Yeah.
What made this character culturally a clown?
Well, naturally, this goes back to a homebrew 2-off that Andrew ran 5 years ago, of which my wife,
It was 3.
played a clown, and I thought it was great, and she wouldn't, stop talking about it, and she never got to play it again.
The dilemma. It's the dilemma with all D&D games is
Yeah.
scheduling.
I was like, well, I know all this already kind of offhand pretty well, and I want to make sure Andrew's stuck with it forever. So the Society of Clowns, the Greater Clowngromage, shall forever remain within Beatrix.
Yes, sorry to insert here. I need to talk to you about that later because 3 characters from now, I have an idea for a clown.
Awesome.
Wow.
There can't be enough, honestly. I thought it would be something interesting. I mean, clowns in general are people who do good. They raise money, fundraisers, they perform, they try to bring joy to people, a kind of aspect of hope. The world's kind of getting darker, so maybe clowns are a little bit more important. Oh my gosh, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
That's where Buster came from. The accent's my own. I don't know who I stole this from, but I did rip it out with both hands. And
I don't know what my inspiration for my accent is.
You're a little bit squeaky.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to mimic like a crow type sound as much as I could.
No, it was perfect. I think
Yeah.
that was
good, yeah.
great.
And oh my gosh, Simple, your voice for Brad is so good.
It's literally a cross between Stitch and this super nice South African woman I used to work with, who was always just like the epitome of, oh, let me help you. Don't worry about this. I got this. No worries. And she just I used to work with her. I don't get to work with her anymore. And so I stole a little bit.
That is the only voice I think I will definitely like 100% miss. I think is Brad's
Very
voice.
unique,
'Cause
yeah.
I'm so happy to
very
hear
unique
that
fun
because when I
voice.
first pitched it to Andrew, he's like, "Absolutely not. Are you fucking? Are you
The first,
crazy?"
the first version of it.
The first version was rough.
Yeah.
I practiced
gave you some
for a
tips.
month in the car.
Yep.
Well, I haven't even gone back to the first episodes. My Doodler voice probably does not sound perfect either. I don't think
It was
yeah.
fun. It was fun. I watched it recently.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was great. But Buster, I wanted to not really want to think a lot too hard.
Mhm.
And then, of course, when we started getting about halfway through season, I kept over-calculating, like, okay, what if I do? Got up my protractor. All right, I have 600 more feet of movement. What do I do?
Yeah.
But having someone who is very physical in a world full of magic, I thought was super neat.
Yep.
Because there were a lot of things literally only Buster could do, and I felt very stressed about it. I don't know. I thought it was fun, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Tim, Septimus.
Yeah, boy, I think I mean Andrew, you've been my main DM really for the longest time, right? I think you were there at the beginning when I joined you guys way back when. And it's fun to see. It's always fun to play the like the books and stuff, the D&D adventures, got Christmas time, and that was a lot of fun. And but it's fun but it was cool to step into Beatrix because it was like, I mean, you make the other worlds real because you add stuff to it, and there's stuff that's not in the books and all that stuff. But I don't know, but stepping into this world, felt like it was real, like it was real. Like this is not going back. This is like you're going into this real place, and so it was fun to. And honestly, I feel we just didn't even we explored the world, but man, I feel feel we just got like the very tip of it. We know a lot about it, way more than what we knew before. I feel there's a lot more there that we're gonna be digging deep for a while, I think.
Yeah.
But so just cool to kind of just play in your world, and it's a neat concept. What you're doing with these different parts and stuff.
Thank you.
I mean, I had a lot of fun as Septimus. It's nice to have somebody like Ethan, like a core there to help out, because sometimes it's nice to have that connection with something or someone in the world where I'm not just just doing it by myself. So it was fun to definitely have a brother in all this, and it was fun to have like the sister and everything. But no, it was a lot of fun. I mean, complaints. I don't know if I have any complaints. I mean, yeah, it takes a little bit of time, like everybody else said, to kind of learn. Well, why are we all doing this together? Like, why is Tempest walking down the road, and why does he really want to join us and all this stuff? But it's nice because the brothers definitely had a reason to kind of go after this stuff. So it was nice to. Yeah, but it was a lot of fun just meeting the other characters. I mean, Buster, for a simple monk, he was a very complex character and a lot deeper.
His class was never monk; it was clown.
Yeah, that's true.
Clown.
Yeah. And he was
All of us
deeper and
were very
darker than what we thought he was.
Characters.
Yeah,
All of us were very complex characters.
Oh, yeah, that's right, man. I was so into it. Like, yeah, he's gonna have this deep, tragic backstory that we'll get into in like 8 months. Like, hey, also, Buster is sad.
You're the first.
Dang
you and I were the first arcs. So
yeah.
If it makes you feel better, we didn't get to part of my sad backstory.
Oh, what part was that? What didn't we get to?
I don't know.
Can you
if
share?
I want to tell you, because if I'm gonna,
it might show up later.
Yeah.
But
well,
you would never
just have to beat you up about it outside of this video call.
That's right. Yeah.
If time allows, we can talk about it.
Yeah. Well, I think I know. So Brad never became a sommelier. Is that what your big project?
Oh.
First of all, Brad was not going to be a sommelier. She's
it's a sous chef, right? Is that what they call it? A sous chef is like the head or you're in charge of.
Sue is second.
Yes.
Oh, sous. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that answer, I guess. Yeah. But no, I had a great time, and it was. I'm looking forward to the next adventure too. It should be fun to meet. Yeah, very cool to meet another set of characters too.
Michael Tempest.
Yes. No,
The mysterious Tempest.
Yeah, mysterious at this point.
Yeah,
he kind of was. Some of you want to make more of him than he really was. Like it's
mysterious.
I
have danger.
He was nowhere near as no. It was very simple, although he apparently needed to work on the I'm in a high magic society, but I'm gonna walk across the I would He needed to have a better idea, but he didn't, and that's what he went with.
Hey, when you gotta walk, you walk, man. That's just how it goes.
He thought it was going to be a brilliant idea to get him away from all of his problems, because that's the last thing someone would expect. But what did he see when he got into town? It's like, oh, there's my
right. They've been here waiting for me.
You got better.
All my problems right there, the big old basket.
I mean, to be fair, in a high magic society, somebody traversing across the continent on foot, taking weeks to do that. Most people wouldn't do that.
No.
And so, like, in your thought, you were like, he'll think I'm somewhere else totally, and I'll be hiding right here in his backyard.
Yeah, but you walk down the one road that leads from one town to another.
No, I liked the campaign. It was really, really good. Tempest, it played out about what I was hoping and expecting. First time I dabbled with Warlock, so it was a interesting experience
with Sparky.
Yes,
Sparky was good.
I didn't get to put him to as much use as I would have reasonably liked to. So
he was a good non-weapon weapon.
He was.
He was a good improvised weapon.
It's kind of crazy to me how Buster and Sparky became more of a duo than Tempest and Sparky.
Hey, look at that! This is mine now.
Yeah. And of course, the Hellish Rebuke. That was like just a thing in and of itself, like from like day one.
Episode 2. It came up in episode 2, and then in episode like 6, and
Yeah.
8.
But it didn't happen often, but when it did,
I mean, as I've learned with like running casters, like I just generally take dirt naps on like more than an often occasion, like more than I'd really want to.
we look a penny, smack.
Ah, as far as complaints, no, I don't necessarily have any. There was a little bit of growing pains, just kind of like
Yeah.
getting in the groove of how the campaign was going to go, like there at the beginning. But other than that, once we
That's
got,
every campaign starting out.
oh yeah,
Yep.
no,
Yeah.
So many names. So many words.
don't get me started. I'm due to life choices, I'm probably going to have to be more of a note taker in the near future. So we are where we are.
I was
Yeah.
really close. I was really close to taking Keen Mind. It was so close.
But anyway, I went totally off script, and I haven't been going through these in an orderly manner, so I've lost myself.
All right, I got a question. Temple,
Sure.
how did you get the ring? How did you make contact the very first time? I don't think we ever talked about that.
No, it wasn't really brought up. It was those kind people that kidnapped us and took us on a grand adventure for a little bit. Turns
Room?
out,
Yeah.
turns out they weren't real happy about me taking out loans to like gamble and shit, and that leads to you being locked in a room, kind of like we were, but not quite in the flying variety. And they just happened to have a ring sitting in the box somewhere, and it just happened to. We found each other. Like they wanted out of there, I wanted out of there. It was a meeting of minds.
A deal was struck.
Yes.
And I kind of saw it as kind of one of those things, kind of like, they had the iron bars, and like Tempest like stuck his hand out with the ring, and then poofed into the ring, and the ring dropped out of the cell bars, and that's what started him rolling down
Yeah.
the mountainside. Got picked up by like a bird and was like flown. Yeah.
So there was a lot. So what you said earlier, there's a lot less than Tempest than what we were reading. So we were just making up like stories about you. That
Oh yeah,
weren't
no,
actually
you
there.
were like really like going deep with it. I was like, wow, okay, I could just say nothing, and it built in of itself.
So hey, so you're more like a fantasy Mr. Bean. Than,
If you okay,
That description is very apt.
I mean, I will not argue. It did kind of turn out that way.
Mr. Magoo, your way through the campaign.
Oh my God.
And
I mean,
know,
to be fair, he kind of did.
He was kind of the oddball out of all of us. Just kind of not like all of us were kind of more involved, and then there was Tempest over there who was just being awesome, and
and I know,
Wow, what things he's seen, what life he led before now.
and I know, Colin, you are deeply interested in it, so I will go ahead and like give you an extra at this point. It's just a bookstore. It's a bookstore in the town. Like he decided I don't want that responsibility and don't try and put that on me, so he ran away, and that's when he became a
No.
gambling like wastrel. And, like,
I-
bad
No,
things
you
happen.
said it wrong. No, he definitely.
I love so much that both of the high magic casters are like, you can't tell me what to do, Mom and Dad. Peace.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
And me and Buster over here like,
You
our
learn a
parents are
little bit
dead.
of magic and you forget your roots. Disrespectful.
That's
All right. Anything else, Michael?
No,
All right.
I'm good on that front.
Corey, Athanasius.
Yeah. So just kind of like reflecting back on the campaign. Yeah, one thing I really loved about it was the like globe-trotting almost nature of it.
Yeah.
We started out rather locally and then expanded from there. Jacked airship or whatever you want to say, commandeered, and
Yeah. Do we still
that
have?
turned to its own problem. And then us,
Do we still have our airship?
we're supposed to, yeah,
Yeah.
theoretically.
In Livemento, yeah.
And then and then everything that happened with Q and was it V, and then just kind of all that drama and kind of grind we had with Tempest's kind of background. That's kind of all we kind of touched on his background. think he was the one character that we get. Are we calling that Tempest arc? Is
Yep.
the Q stuff? Okay, that's pretty much it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then, but yeah, I did really enjoy like everybody had their like own little moment to shine in the campaign. Kind of Doodler and Buster kind of shared that first like initial conflict we had overcome, and then just like even like just kind of collecting the little bits and pieces of the Kalistar
Mhm.
from kind of around everywhere was really nice.
Yeah. Our end game was reverse Hangman. Do you guys know that?
Reverse Hangman.
That was
Yeah.
our campaign was reverse Hangman. Have you guys thought about that?
that?
No.
I have not thought about
Put 'em
that
back together.
You know, I'd rather not think about it actually. No, that's in my head.
Wow.
Yeah. Actually, Corey, well, when you just this is a dumb question, but when you had to present our case to the king and queen, right, of Novo, that was a great recap. Did you have something written down? Or that was just you kind of because you did a
I
great
was
job.
just
Kind
kind
of
of-
you went.
Yeah, I was just trying to like
It was well done.
explain it from Athanasius's point of view and made us look as
Yeah.
heroic
Mm.
and as good as
Yeah.
possible.
It was good there. Yeah, it was
was
nice.
pretty
We
good.
Yeah,
tag teamed that really well.
Yeah.
Me and
yeah.
Athanasius.
Well, because I knew like we knew like as we were going around doing all this stuff, we'd met important people.
Yeah.
figure
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
that could corroborate our story. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
We knew the gap was bad.
My only regret is not investing enough in the charisma skills. Athanasius was not proficient in persuasion,
Yeah, but you were like our talker
Right.
too. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
which sucks.
Yeah.
I can
Buster
lie.
had
He's good at
Buster had
lying.
persuasion, and he has
Oh, Buster,
decent
okay.
charisma, but I was never there because I had work.
Yeah.
That was that was sad, Buster.
We do have a question. Septimus, do you have another hand lying around in your shoe in case of an emergency?
Oh my goodness gracious! Another hand. Like,
Tempest still says you never had a hand
Never had one. I don't know
because
what
you
you're
guys
talking
still
about.
never took
No,
care
no,
of that.
Yep.
We went and found it. Remember, in a pickle
No, you
jar.
didn't.
Buster
No,
had-
you didn't.
Yeah, no.
You didn't.
Buster
You didn't
has
talk
it in a
about
pickle
it.
jar.
You did not share that with the class, sir. It doesn't
Yeah,
count.
that didn't,
That's because I
unfortunately,
was
that didn't come up.
gone.
Yeah.
It'll happen
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
epilogue. Don't
listen,
worry.
Listen,
Yeah.
where is he based on our? Hey, him, Skip Hurt, he knew. He could have brought it up.
What? Who are you pointing to me? Who are you talking
Doodler,
about?
I'm pointing
Oh,
up to
Doodler.
Doodler. There.
Oh, he's up-
Doodler, I'll be honest with you, that was
You
like the
have to-
last thought on Doodler's mind at the time, so he probably forgot.
Yeah.
There was so much more
Doodler
going
was
on that
busy.
day. I was busy, and then that I think that was the same episode you tried to romance me. I think. All right.
It was, or it was the second.
was.
It was the episode after.
It was the episode.
Hey,
Yeah, it
you
was
did the
episode after.
romancing. You
Whoa,
proposed.
that.
You
That
went
is
straight
true.
all in, deep end of the pool.
That
Didn't
is
look.
true.
You
That's
didn't even
fair.
check for sharks.
That is true. And Doodler only did that slightly intentionally.
Buster has hard attachment issues, so
Yeah.
Don't they both?
Well, yeah. But I think with the hand, I mean, Mr. Jagos, I know who that is, but it's maybe I'll have Mr. Etsy make up another one. But I will say with that hand, I wish, like in most of the campaigns I play in, unfortunately, I think I had the hand, but I didn't really. I mean, played into it a little bit, but after a while, it just became part of me, which I guess that's how stuff works. But it's at the same time, I wish I could have kept that. I don't know. I think if I really lost an arm, a hand, I would have been thinking about that probably more often than what I actually did.
I have a post-campaign idea for you.
What is that?
Say Buster brings you back your hand you kind of remember.
Oh man. Okay.
and we get
yes.
it reanimated as your familiar.
That would be, I had that. Yeah, I had that spell from it, but I've never used it. But that would be very weird in a Adams family kind of way. Like I'd be like, I look like Wednesday and have a little thing on
It's
my
a helping
shoulder.
hand, right? You just
A
have it
helping
whenever you
hand,
need it.
yeah.
You
If you
can
do
play on
that,
your
yeah.
phone and clap. It's great.
I want to see if Septimus comes back. Yeah, we'll have to do that, Buster. So let's see. Yeah.
So I actually do have a question, and this question's for you, Andrew.
Okay.
What little you can tell us about this. So while we were in the temple, and the Tempest arc, Tempest got a book that went to his patron.
Oh my gosh!
What can you
right.
tell us about that? Because I took off my headphones whenever Tempest gave that to his patron.
Yeah.
I still
We
don't know
all
what
did, I
happened.
think.
I haven't gone back and listened to that at all. So
Yeah.
like, what can you tell us that's not spoilery? I guess.
No, spoil us.
So it was a book of history
Mm.
um that his patron did not want falling into other people's hands. And so that is why from that library he wanted it.
Mm.
All right.
What's a patron's
Oh.
name?
Tempest, I gave you that name.
You-
It is the northeast
Hold on.
wind,
Hold on.
if I remember correctly.
Let me get
Sounds
my
like a wrestler
Discord
name.
DMs out.
Yeah.
I need,
Uh,
yeah, it's in there somewhere.
But yeah, I was just wondering. I didn't know, is that going to be important later, or
Nope.
is that just
there is a chance
there's
that
a
it
chance
could
to be
come up.
important later?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, it's everything. Decisions that were made affect things further down. So, the fact that Tempest didn't look at it, that he followed his patron's orders is a good
I
thing.
was told not, man. Yeah.
Yep. But the fact that nobody else questioned it, there's going to be ramifications.
Yeah, I think we
For
never
it.
saw it, Andrew, right? Because he was so sneaky. We
Yeah, he
never.
was so
Doodler,
sneaky.
he had it, yeah.
Doodler, I think Doodler, you
I
did
think
see him pick
I
up the
did
book.
see it. I saw him pick it up, and then I think I talked to him a little bit about it, but I don't think I carried
Okay.
on with it because
And he was nonchalant about it, and he was like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
got this," and he listed off
Yeah.
like he picked up 4 books and he listed 3.
Got
Like,
it,
yeah.
got it.
So I just thought, he played that off really well to where I don't think any of us knew anything, so there was nothing we could really do in that situation.
and I was very
yeah.
happy that you guys did
Yeah.
that. So
Thank you.
and played with that. Yeah,
I think I was being weird and loud making balloon animals.
probably.
Yeah, you were at that point. Yes, I think you were. I took a few books. I don't know what they were. I'd have to go back and watch the episode, but I think I took a few books.
That's funny.
What was your favorite point in another character's arc and a favorite point in your own arc? And we'll go backwards this time. So we'll start with Corey and Athanasius.
That's a
did
hard
find
question
the
to throw
name
on
if
somebody.
anyone's
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. What was the Tempest? What was the name?
Is it frozen?
Agnifer.
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 And it was
that's the name of
the northeast wind, right?
Agnifer.
Hello.
Yeah, you're
Hello?
there. Your
Hello?
picture's frozen, but we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, you
We can
did
hear
hear
you,
me. Haha.
Yep, you're back. Is it the
I think I'm better
northeast
now.
wind?
Yeah. Did you hear
Yes, Agnifer.
Agnifer?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
written down.
Agnifer.
It's written
We
down
will
for
never
later.
forget. Yeah.
And it was northeast wind, right, Tempest?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Just wanted to double check that my notes were correct.
No, I found my notes on it.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, northeast. Yeah. You're
Okay.
right. Okay, moving along.
All
Yeah.
right.
So Corey, favorite part in your arc and in another character's arc?
So, I think my favorite part in another character's arc. It'd have to be the whole getting blackmailed by Q, kidnapped by V, to go pay hell, these 2 temples.
Uh-huh.
It just happened to be invested with the same shadowy stuff, but getting shanghaied and corralled and just dumped off basically on the edge of the map.
I can still
Yeah.
imagine the corner.
Yeah.
The cat in the ship.
No.
The trauma.
Yeah, I wish we got to use that shit. We finally leveraged him into giving us, but alas. And then favorite part of my, I guess of my arc. Well, I think definitely going into the what was it called? The temple in Cortanta's
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
tower.
the end
Yep.
little. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of crazy.
And just kind of having another player to kind of go through that arc with Tim was just really cool. Just being able to share that and kind of like having both of our characters kind of having their own motivation for what we're doing, but still having that same kind of unified goal.
Yep.
Was really nice, and him getting that catharsis with our parents was that was really cool. So.
Yeah. Michael.
Yeah. Ooh, someone else's. Oh, there's so many. I think if I'm gonna have to pick one, it's going to have to be Brad's, because the exploding mountain and all of the everything that went into that, and just meeting the family and the family dynamics there was very entertaining.
That whole city is just crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
As to be expected from like Cobaldville. Yes.
It was so like stylized though, and so good. I mean, I that felt like a real living, breathing city.
Yep.
And I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really the only city you spent a lot of time in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
To be honest, the rest of them
we watched a catastrophe happen there.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was like when
Yeah.
we actually got invested almost immediately. We were trying to help people and figure out what
Harm
was
some
going
people.
on. Yeah.
Mean.
and then your own arc.
My own arc. Oh goodness. Oh yeah. The share. I'm gonna have to go. Yeah, just the shared trauma of like, oh hey, oh my choices are my life choices are, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that my bad decisions have come back to hurt you all.
Is it the feces boat ride I missed? Is that right?
No. It's like,
Oh, you were there.
Yeah.
I know.
You were in shock.
I was very quiet. I was curled up.
I think I can quote Corey in that, as Athenaeus, he said, "Yes, we've been here a week, and my brother hasn't said a word."
Yeah.
That's right.
That's very
That was
strange.
very funny.
That's
He
funny.
was very upset about being banned from the library. Okay.
And
Yeah.
I mean, he had. If anyone's had the worst time throughout this entire like campaign, it's been
Oh,
Septimus.
yeah.
He's
It's
lost an
Septimus.
arm. He's been
Wow,
beat
yeah.
up. He's been banned from the
Oh, the
library.
beat up! I can't right though.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Too.
It's been not a fun ride for Septimus, as he has
Yeah.
been repeatedly beat up and everything.
Beat up for being a
That-
nerd.
Yep. All
That's
right.
so true.
Tim, what were
Yeah.
yours?
Oh man. So I think, I mean, everyone had great moments, and honestly, with the whole boat thing with Tempest, I wasn't even there, but the way you guys talk about it, after I saw it, was pretty funny. But I'd have to choose, I think, the when Buster gets to his home in like Nightfall Ranch, I think, because he's just so not Buster. Yeah, it just hits home. It's like such a, I don't know, just is that whole. I mean,
Not
it's probably more just that
okay.
one. It's not okay. And then to have it, I think for characters, I think I do like those darker moments. I think when we were talking about Colin with our next characters, it's like, do I have a wish to kind of whatever to have bad things happen? But it was kind of cool to see that. I mean, we got this inside look at Buster, just the whole, just such a terrible thing. But when we got into his home, it was just it's like this, that picture is there, and just it was very just powerful as you guess how to deal with that. So
Yeah.
I mean, I would say running 720 miles an hour with me in front, going around the temple, that was a good time
Oh
too.
my God.
Yeah, that
But I
was
did
the running of Buster to the
that was
temple,
pretty funny.
and the fact that it wore off, and there were still two of you back there.
That was funny.
He went back,
forgot.
yeah, and it's just like the other two are just like, well,
It's like we're walking. Yeah.
I forgot I got kidnapped. I
Yep.
forgot about
That's
that
right, you were
whole
gone.
thing
That's
that
right.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was pretty fun too. Yeah, I mean, there was, I mean, the arm thing is such a big thing with Septimus. So I'd almost have to, I guess, say that, but the catharsis, I mean, it's funny because just maybe this was the very first thing that happened to me, but when I had the such a simple thing too, but when I was banned from the library, Andrew, by Miss Citrus Sprout, that stuck with me the whole time. I was like, and that was one thing. I thought about that more than my lost arm. I'm like, I have like 13 more days to go before I get. And I thought we'd be able to go back and spend more time there. We didn't. We were traveling, globetrotting, but that really stuck with me for some reason. But there were so many different moments. Getting beaten up by those
but that's so
jocks.
Septimus.
In game. How long had Septimus spent time in that library before the game started? Like
well,
years?
no, it's I forget. It was just one semester. I think I was up there. I was gone
But
for a couple of years from home.
He had spent a couple of years at the in the main library of Cedu.
Yeah.
Before going.
So I was in the
like
libraries the whole time.
Yeah, the library had kind of been his home.
Yeah.
For years.
To be kicked out of that. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. So I mean, maybe not the biggest moment, but it really stuck with me. Like I said, more so than a lot of stuff did for some reason. But so I was counting that down with that little calendar that pops up on Foundry. Oh, here we go. So the time when we were gone with the plane ship, that kind of helped out. It didn't feel as long. So it's good.
Yeah.
So,
Colin.
But yeah.
I have a lot of memories I really, really cherish from this show. I mean, where to even begin? I think with one of the ones that was not part of my arc is definitely going to be Tempest passed out in the water, being dragged away.
Oh, wow.
Always was just like, well, when we were in the temple. I remember Buster. I swam around. I chained the thing so people just hold it all the way over.
Yes.
I'm just on the other side waiting. I see a flash. I think.
Yep.
We all know what
because you were able to swim
We all know
by
what-
the
yeah.
kelpies, right? And they didn't attack you.
Right.
And
Yeah.
the rest of us came behind you.
It's because his stealth roll.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah.
He rolled a stealth check. I had you guys all roll it, and he rolled good enough to beat their passive perception.
Listen. I'm bright red. What do you want from me?
Seaweed kills, kids.
Seaweed kills.
Yeah.
But I liked that. I did like Bradley's interaction specifically with her mother.
Oh.
Of course, I did like brutalizing two individuals who go unnamed.
that was so much fun.
Nothing like Mountain Street justice, guys. Yeah, there were a lot of parts I really, really enjoyed, but something that I just thought was just funny that stuck with me. It was at the end of our arc. Buster went to his family farm, not the hidden hold, the farm. Looked around, grabbed a photo, set it on fire. I went, there's got to be something else, something he's not saying. Oh yeah, the basement's full of liquid alcohol of a high yield.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
I remember
That's
Doodler
right,
coming up and you described it.
yeah. That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's probably gonna burn for a while, and then you switched back to Septimus and Mr. Athanasius, and they were talking. He was like, "What was that?"
I'm surprised that didn't come up during the trial.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's true. It might be burning now. We still don't know.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed a great deal of scenes with you guys. This is great.
Yeah.
Simple.
The ones I was gonna say all got said.
Fine.
But I guess I'm gonna say something that's not exactly a single moment, but I did really like the interactions between like the connected characters, like Buster and Doodler. Like when Doodler was kidnapped and Buster was just like, absolutely not, that's my burb, and just
Destroy.
like yeet. And then when we were trying to figure out how to get like down into the temple safely, and when like Septimus opening up about being jealous of Athanasius, and I think Bradley and Athanasius also had a conversation about his feelings about Septimus, and it was nice to like get to flesh out those like bonds between characters, because that makes the more real to me. like fleshing out those
Yeah, yeah.
interpersonal relationships. I wish we could have gotten more of that from Tempest. Brad tried really hard to like include Tempest. Brad and Tempest were just over
Just
here
so
like,
mysterious.
don't got no buddies. I'll be your buddy. But
Yeah.
the sharks with the kelpies was really fun. Us just completely skipping the ooze because we didn't walk into it in the temple.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
pure dumb luck
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
And then for my favorite moment from my arc was saving Razzle's forest, because that was just so very important to Brad, and I didn't realize that, like, because she was thrown together like literally in a night, and I didn't think she'd ever do anything important. She's like just a fun little squircle who
I mean, it
does
was. Would you say
cooking.
thrown together in a night? Like literally, like we're coming up like a month before launch, and she still hasn't, and still's going back and forth about whether or not she was going to play.
Oh,
You know, that's how close it was, is because we were very concerned with, you know, a 1-year-old running around the house, exactly how that was going to transpire, you know, every week for 2 hours. And then she came up with the idea of Bradley, and we were like, this works, you know, with the rage.
It always
but
yeah, it
she's
always
been
gave
good.
me something to do.
Yeah.
Because in battle I just smack it, and if we're not in battle, I'm cooking. Boom.
And if something happened and she had to walk away, well, she got mad for some reason, and she's off beating something up, working off some aggression and steam. You
or
know,
I'm hangry and I'm
Yep.
angry cooking.
Yep.
Something like
Or you're
that.
breaking
Just-
dishes.
Yep.
yeah.
Or burning countertops.
I didn't get that till after my arc, sir. But yeah, so like, because the thing about this whole campaign is we're helping you build your world, Andrew, and now like we kind of knew going into this, the cataclysm is a coming. We're just deciding what happens along the way, and so Brad, who almost didn't happen, has left a permanent mark on the face of Beatrix in saying, this is important to me. I'm willing to sacrifice for this one area. Razzle's Forest will survive.
Yep.
And thank you, Doodle, for not fighting me on that. Because I didn't want to have to punch you. But this was important. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that choice you made affected that final fight in the arc, because that's what gave Doodler that die. That decision that you did, that's what let the Zone of Truth to give up something, because the glass rose was such a precious magic item. It's a rare thing, you know, that occurs in nature around the plane of glass. And I tried to convey that when you guys found it, you know, but you were willing to sacrifice that for what you thought was important. So yeah, no, that was
It was worth not getting my hat back.
yeah. Okay. And Aiden.
So actually, to build off of what Simple said, my favorite moment from someone else's arc is that moment we saved the forest. Surprisingly, you know, I think honestly there was never going to be an argument from Doodler about that. He wanted to save the forest too. It was a natural thing. I feel like it'd almost be heresy of sorts if he didn't at least do that, because he is a cleric of Nissa. And I think, honestly, an underrated relationship with that we didn't really build that well as a friendship was Doodler and Brad. I think
Yeah,
they
our
definitely-
Nissa followers. Woo woo.
Yeah. I think we had some fun moments, but I feel like we didn't really go too far with it in any sort of direction. But that was a lot of
We'll
fun.
cover it in the prologue or in
Yeah,
the
I have epilogue. But that and that entire arc is the moment where I think everything clicked for all of us. It was Bradley's arc.
Yeah.
And I think Bradley's arc was, I think, definitely one of my favorites throughout the entire show. So
I think there was a shift, sorry to interrupt, in everybody
Yeah.
that you realized this isn't just a random occurrence
yeah,
that we've just happened to fall upon.
Yeah.
Something is transpiring and something put us on this path.
yeah. 'cause
And now we have a goal and what we're doing.
once is an accident, twice is a coincidence. 3 times now you got a pattern. Now we got to do something about it.
And
Yeah.
3 limbs.
yeah.
No, I thought we had 4 by then. I thought we got 2 in the
that's more
temple.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting there. Yeah.
But the moment from my arc that I really enjoyed was I don't know if it's a specific moment. It's mostly just like me and Buster not getting along in some ways. I know that's kind of a more of a depressing take on things, but the way we kind of developed our arguments and all that sort of stuff, I thought were very enjoyable, and I'd say even realistic in some ways.
It was so hard
Yeah.
to watch Buster pull away from Doodler during this like mental crisis moment, and Doodler's just like, absolutely not. You're not allowed to do this. We're both suffering.
Well, because like whenever we did that, like me, I think we kind of talked about it like a little bit like out of character too. I think we messaged each other, and I was like, we're gonna have completely opposite reactions to this type of thing. You know, Buster's not gonna want to go back to the farm. I'm gonna be like, we have to go back to the farm. You know,
Right. Yeah. No, I was hard pass.
Yeah.
No.
And I think the exact moment that like I really enjoyed was the moment where we figured out he was Kimbo, and
Yeah, you
Doodler.
lost it.
That's like the only thing he remembered at that point was Kimbo, his friend, and Kimbo was right next to him the whole time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed our first arc. It was a little depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not bad
but-
again. Bad.
Yeah.
Came out of the gate swinging.
Yeah. Well, the gate's swinging.
Yeah, but you
Next-
don't aim
next-
low, man. No low blows.
Next campaign, can we start off like a little bit happier, and then like at the very end we're all just like really like depressed and like, oh, what is happening?
It's gonna be us just filling in like actual tax forms. That's gonna be the
Yeah.
end. Oh
Oh,
my
That'd be
gosh.
terrible.
Oh.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Andrew, what was your favorite moment?
Oh
Yeah.
man.
One for your arc and one for someone else's.
Well, let's see. My arc is still coming. I am building to my arc. So I've got 5 more parts before my arc kicks off.
Okay.
So
And then you play the game by yourself.
no. I think for me, my favorite part of this is actually letting go of my world and letting decisions and letting us tell a story together and letting your decisions shape what happened. You know, when I came to you guys first with this, you know, my original plan was to play in the future, not at this point in time of the history. But as I was building it, I realized I couldn't be objective enough to go through the cataclysm that you guys have talked about, that you know is coming, that we've talked about. And I needed you all to make those decisions, for you all to roll those dice, for your characters to live, breathe in this world and make decisions. And so seeing some of those things transpire, like Bradley's saving Razzle's forest, like the brothers risking everything for their sister, you know, or
Buster blowing up the farm.
yeah, Doodler and Buster, you know, friends that didn't realize that they were best friends before and still finding each other, and that friendship finds a way and helps in all circumstances, and then you have Tempest, who in this instance was just the normal person that just happened to be there and gets drug along. I know that kind of is kind of different, but to understand that in life and in stories, sometimes a character is just there by happenstance and then plays a part in it. And so those are kind of cool to see. But I did love getting to see you guys meld your characters as you started to figure out who they were, what they were doing, and just to play. The thing that was probably the hardest to watch is as you guys stumbled over all of the information, because it's just a ton right there at the beginning. Because one, it's an entire new deity system. We've always played pretty much Forgotten Realms, which is a set deity system. Set cities.
I still don't get your calendar. It's beyond my comprehension.
No one ever will. It's fine.
So the calendar basically is
No, don't.
I'm not asking you to.
No, hold on.
No.
I'm proud of the calendar.
Brought to you by these messages. Talking over you.
So the calendar has the four main deities as the seasons. And then the other 6 deities make up the weeks. And they flow based on the calendar and how it moves into it. So you always end and begin a season with the same week.
Okay.
If you look at it. So you'll have the week of Acrotia spontaneity. And then in the next one, it's, the month of Sidu, and it's the first week of spontaneity, and they have days. And it's just a way to kind of mark the passage of time, given the deities. The deities are, the thing that everybody kind of counts through and does. And so that's how they chose to do things. And so that's how that calendar kind of came up. And it doesn't repeat. So with each one, it's different. And then you have some intermingled holidays that are outside the calendar.
Did we miss any holidays?
No, we did not. So
awesome.
You guys picked up right after
celebration time.
Yep. And then we finished before we hit the next one. So because you guys didn't take any downtime on
even
things,
with all the timey-wimey
even with all the timey-wimey, you still only used like 50, 60 days or something like that. So yeah, even with all the timey-wimey stuff, you were close at the end to getting to next holiday. But you got through it all. And I think that it'll become easier as we go through with each of these parts. And it definitely got easier as you guys started developing and trying to figure out, okay, what do I say they already know, even though you as players don't know this, your characters would.
Yeah.
And trying to give that information as you were going through. Whereas I think going forward, I think you'll understand some of those things that you'll know about the deities and things. So that'll be fun to see in coming arcs.
You know how long it took me to figure out that there were 2 moons?
Oh
I don't think I figured out there were 2 moons until like at least episode 25 or 30.
Yeah.
No. The second moon is actually just a rumor. It's a fake moon. It's disguised to look like a real moon.
It was put there by the government.
Yeah.
That's right.
The lizard people on the dark side of the second moon have this cloaking field. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which made me go crazy and try to find whenever there's two full moons. It doesn't happen often at all.
Andrew,
Yeah, no, they are separated that way. Yes, sir.
which actions have left the biggest marks on the world that you say right now, besides the forest? That one's fairly obvious.
The
But what else?
confrontation of the Green Mage in front of the King and Queen. You at this point you have completely destroyed his cover and everything. And there's still time before things go on. So you now have instead of him having AKA a home base of sorts, he's now elsewhere.
Oh yeah, if we had another episode, we were gonna be like, well, I figured we would be raiding his stuff, like looking for
That's
a
true.
secret lab, looking for any potential connections on other continents,
Yeah.
trying to do like the cork board with the red wire and.
I was thinking a wedding, but that works too.
Yeah.
Why can't we do both, Doodler?
Yes.
We did. So what we're saying is we need 2 epilogue episodes that are the.
Hey, we can come back. We can come back at some point and have those one-off episodes.
Steven Universe had this like the end of a war and a wedding.
Yeah.
All in the last episode or all in the finale. So like we can do that.
What's something you guys wish you had delved more into when it was presented to you? I know there were a lot of different things that were presented, and some things like you didn't realize how big they were until way later.
Yeah.
The Sandstone family.
Mm-hmm.
Really? That's your one thing.
No. No. The one interaction I had, 5 sessions ago was enough.
Yeah. Man, this is a hard question.
I would say probably should have grilled. I probably should have grilled Q more on why they were snooping around those temples in the first place, where all that stuff was happening. Because, like I said, we kind of got dropped right back into our own little plot line there. Didn't expect it, and
Q definitely knew more than he let on.
Yeah. Or even gone to the other temple, right? Went to, I guess, the right temple, but there's the other temple. But that was that a mercy temple? That the mercy monks or something like that? Or was that, do we know? Okay.
Yeah.
It was the way of the astral self monks.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was under mercy.
Yep.
But Q, that's a good, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely wish we could have explored Q and like why Limonatra was important and what he was doing with his student and like what the deal with the temples were, because we got a symbol and we got a name and we've got scraps of inklings of like there's a cult out there and then this crazy green wizard's running around. And
because like I was thinking, like as we were getting kind of closer to the end of the campaign, like all these places we've been to were very notable for one, or at least had somebody important there, or were just important geographically. But the only things that really stuck out that weren't was the ranch.
Yeah.
It was just
what made that?
It was just kind of a location outside of town. But why was that?
It
It looked like a test case, but then my sister was first, and then her.
I feel like the sister and the ranch were like proof of concept almost.
I can see that.
Well, it definitely seemed like there was something was supposed to happen once she got through the tower.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but what was going to happen, we don't know. Yeah.
That sounded awful.
We didn't want to find out.
Which Andrew, was that? Yeah. What did you think we were going to do? That take her to outside of that and go to the what is it? Nissa's realm or the Dandelions?
I didn't.
Was the brothers' arc always go back home and see Sissy, or was it going to be something different?
Good question.
Because like everybody else stayed on the continent, but I know that those two
we were good. I think we were always. I would think we were destined to go back at some point.
It became very apparent by about the middle of Tempest's arc that Corey and Tim were going to take you guys to the South Pole.
Yeah.
Just as it started coming up and things started becoming apparent that at some point in their arc you were going to their home.
You know what that means? That if in the South Pole arc, or if when we get to the South Pole, we could run into ourselves.
Depending on times, yeah. No,
but we
That's
also
true.
we also moved so fast, and we were already at their house. I don't think we're gonna see ourselves either which
But
way.
we could.
Those seals were
Weren't
super
there very
fast that
long.
we were riding on. Those little.
Those,
Those
those
seals.
Also the time
We-
of
yeah.
plainer, timey-wimey stuff.
yeah.
And
That's
so a
true
lot
with
of,
all.
yeah, we were out.
yeah.
We were not in
lucid.
reality.
Yeah, that's
that.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And so yeah, it just kind of it became very apparent, and so yeah, that was kind of a little bit of a change on their arc. She
leave
was
that, yeah.
always going to be, because of their backstory, she had fallen into the coma due to, their whole race is touched a little bit more by the darkness. That's kind of they're based off of the dark elves from the Shadowfell, who are a little bit more dark touched, and so that was how we compromised with that race. Is that one's a little bit more touched by Kira Kong, the darkness, and just those things. But yeah, no, it was a slight change in what the initial plan was. I had another spot on the continent that I had thought, okay, this would be another good spot to have that other piece. But it became very apparent that you guys were going to go back, and I was like, that's the perfect spot. We can just right there. It's a good tie-in. It kind of fits. So it's just kind of one of those things is, it becomes that, hey, we're telling a story together and noticing your guys' decisions and what you're doing and your backstories all kind of play into that story, and being a little bit flexible with it.
Yeah.
And it still made sense. Like, as Simple said, it's a proof of concept, because you had the farm happened first, then the sister, but the farm didn't get really bad until recently. And so the sister was kind of him tweaking and finding out, okay, what else do I have to do to make this do what I'm wanting it to do?
Yeah.
Well, the farm got bad 15 years ago.
Yes, but it got worse and worse as time went on.
It was concentrated. It didn't
It started
go
bleeding
out.
out. And that was the thing is that's why you guys went and dealt with it, is because you now had the darkness was spilling out. That's why Septimus lost his arm. That's why you guys got attacked in the marketplace by the animals. Because it had gotten worse because he had figured things out.
Yeah, because I think the things with Doodler only happened his farm didn't fall till I think 5 years ago or something like that, and his was still relatively close to Buster's. So I think that's about right.
Yeah,
it started getting worse a few years ago, basically.
Yeah. Also, I kind of feel like they're two separate proofs of concept, where the farm is the outside tangible world, but everything that was happening to the sister was happening inside of her soul, and getting that across into Kratanta's realm as a sleeper agent kind of deal. How do I make her so sick that she's basically on the brink of death, but still alive enough that this thing that I put inside her can trigger and cause damage? And I don't think he ever actually got to the point where he figured out that balance.
Yeah, did we ever figure out what that was going to do?
No.
We didn't want to figure it out.
You didn't take that risk. Yeah.
Well, of course we didn't take that risk, but we also brought to Nissa's realm, which was not, I think in retrospect wasn't maybe the best idea. But thankfully Nextberry had our back.
We were in a bubble.
Yeah, it was fine.
We were in a glass bubble.
It was protected.
I will say that's the only thing I wish we kind of talked about more. And I don't know if there is more to it, but the relationship between Nissa and Acrosis, the goddess of death, or the
Kratanta.
Kratanta, yeah.
I wish I feel like there's more going on there a little bit, the opposites of each other. I don't know if there's more going on there, but it would have been interesting to learn more about that. Because we kind of had that weird dynamic where it was half of us were kind of more life focused and half of us were kind of more that death focused. I think it was kind of interesting.
And I think the Kratanta and the whatever Nissa, they together they form time, right? Andrew, is that right? So they
Yeah,
form like linear
they-
time. So that's
So
Yeah.
in the creation myth that we started the entire story of, all the deities kind of had their own plane where their bodies became the plane.
yeah.
As they reached out, they discovered each other. They all wanted to meet together. The moment, which is called the convergence, when they all met,
Mhm.
Nissa saw Kratanta
Mhm.
and fell in love with them.
Mm.
And that is the moment that time sprang into existence.
Yeah.
And that is their kid.
They met first time, instant baby.
Essentially,
Oh,
yeah.
all the deities did that though.
Yeah,
Like,
but
Yeah.
all the deities, the moment that two deities touched, a third deity appeared every time that in the creation. So every time that the four mains reached out, in between, they developed a third.
Yeah. But yeah, part of me just wishes I don't know how we would
Look more
do
to
more
that.
focus on that, but like if there was a bit more focus on that type of idea, that would have been kind of
Yeah.
interesting and fun. But I don't think there was any place to put that in there, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a lot of lore and history dropping,
Yeah.
and it's just
And I
kind
feel
of
like
you had to
yeah.
find ways to naturally put those things in.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I feel like our party kind of represents that anyways in a way. I don't know. It's kind of felt like I don't feel like all of us had like a concept together, but somehow our characters end up coming together and forming an interesting concept
Yeah.
of those like life and death. Because with me and Brad and you and with Athanasius and Septimus,
They're opposites. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
And the Mercy Monk actually does life and death stuff. You got a good
Yeah.
point.
Oh, interesting.
Which
The only
makes
one that
sense
sticks out
because
is Tempest. So
well, like we said, Tempest is mostly
mysterious.
our ground. He is maybe he represents time actually.
Yeah.
Maybe he's our
It could,
representation
yeah.
of time.
technically
Walking that path,
he's from Spendanda's realm. He's a storm genasi, who
Yes.
is a god of change, of storm,
Oh yeah.
of coming change. Yeah.
Yeah. This is fair.
I have a quick side tangent. Doodler is not Doodler's first name.
Correct.
Oh.
Doodler is not Doodler's name at all anywhere in his normal name. It never was. He and I actually do have I don't know if I explained this at all, but the reason why his name is Doodler was to remind himself of the to have fun and have hope. It's a funny name. It's specifically funny.
Oh my heart.
He pre-game, after the fall of his farm, he was a little depressed, and so he needed a way to remind himself that there is hope.
Wow.
And his real name is Arthur Lucius, which I came up with off the tip of my out of nowhere because I did not actually have a name for him.
Yeah, and I kept pestering you. I remember.
Yeah. But I was like, I think he just needs a basic name. I don't think it's a name he'll ever go by again. It's like Kimbo. I don't think Buster's ever gonna go by Kimbo
Nah.
again.
Mm.
And I actually that was also another part I forgot to mention was I kind of liked how we both kind of accepted that we're not really gonna call each other by our dead names. Yeah.
Yeah, those PCs don't exist.
Yeah. Those characters we've gone through so much in 15 years. Basically, we're different people.
Yeah.
So there's no point in going by the old names.
Yeah. I'll open it up. Anybody else have any other questions, things that they want to ask? Anybody else?
Nissa knew all this was going to happen.
No.
Right.
No.
No.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
All of this was
Nissa
gonna
did
happen.
not. Orochi did.
Oh, so the gods in general all knew?
No.
Not necessarily.
They gave us exactly the tool we needed in the staff
Hmm.
to deal with exactly the issues that were going to happen as they happened.
It was more prompting by Orochi to make those things transpire and happen than anything else. So none of the deities in the world are technically omnipotent. They don't know everything that's going to transpire. The only one in my canon that does is Orochi.
Mhm.
He's the only one that knows what's going to happen. and he takes a very clockmaker approach, hands off. Things are set in motion. He does a little bit of tinkering here and there, but not a lot.
And that's only on Beatrix, because that's his realm.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only realm touched by time.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, remember when I said every plane is created from the body of a deity, and the plane was created and the deity was created when two deities touched for the first time. When all the deities came together to meet, that's when Beatrix was created. That's when Orochi was born. That's when time began.
So it's not just
Beatrix is the realm of time.
So Beatrix, Beatrix is part of the material plane, but is it all of a material plane, or is it just Beatrix itself? We don't even know if it's a round planet. I guess we don't know anything about.
Yeah, no, that so it is a plane. It is the material world, but it is still just a plane as well. It's but it is the plane of time.
Got it.
I never thought about it like that.
Yep.
So can you? This is a question for you, Andrew. Can you travel from another world to Beatrix and vice versa? Can you travel to like Forgotten Realms from Beatrix, and can you go both ways? Is what I'm asking.
Yes. So you guys didn't actually meet her, but there is a birch braider, Tim.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah, I think you mentioned him.
In Neovo, and that is from characters that Jess and I created in Wildmount.
In Wildmount, yes.
Also,
and have been moved over here. Then if you look back, and then you've got Q and V are characters from when Colin ran in a different world, and they have come over here. And there are others that have transpired from Forgotten Realms. So yes, it does go both ways. There is a link to that, but it has not been delved into yet.
Yeah, I know that you didn't play with us in our Barovia game.
Yep.
Aiden, but one of the main characters from there was actually from Beatrix.
Yeah.
I knew that part, but like Ravenloft is a bit of a weird in between where I feel like you could enter from anywhere and you would just be stuck there.
She got stuck in Ravenloft from
Eberron.
Eberron.
Oh wow!
Come straight over.
Yeah, but that's what I was thinking. I was wondering if this was like an Eberron situation where like you can get out of Eberron, but like getting into Eberron is very hard.
That dang wizard was the lady wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I didn't know she was from Eberron. I didn't realize that.
Well, no. So what had happened is she was a character in Beatrix. In the one shot that you guys did, which they haven't seen, which I'll release. I have it recorded. It'll be horrible quality because it's from before we did any of this. But basically of the library of Sidu being attacked, and that transpired at the exact same time that character was there, and her spirit was put inside that Pokeball, Colin, and inside the Warforged. And Sidu,
my name about it, but
okay. Sidu, well, you were the one that had the Pokeball at the end, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
in that game.
Was that the character that then turned on or was that a different character?
No, it was a different one. But Colin was the one that argued with Sidu.
Right.
Because what had happened is several deities trying to save that entity during that attack all tried to touch, and she got yeeted across time and space into Eberron and became the first Warforged in Eberron.
Yeah, that's right.
And then fell into Ravenloft.
If you ever have a chance to shame and talk down to a deity, take it.
That is a huge flex.
Yeah. But and he did it in
mean-
such a way that it was a logical progression of steps.
Yeah.
Also, you rolled super well.
Yeah,
in
you
there.
did.
No, I only
Persuasion.
rolled once.
Yeah. But his arguments and his points were very logical and sought out. And so from a god of knowledge and things of that nature, the way that he had gone about it was the right persuasion argument.
You
Yeah.
make some good sense. I like you. Have a
Yeah.
toy.
Yeah.
When I play a character with high intelligence, high charisma, oh, it's gonna be great. Oh, it's gonna be great.
So, but yeah, no. So there is transpiring of both ways. I think it's probably less from Beatrix to other places, but it still is possible.
Okay.
So
I need to figure out the name of that first world I ran.
yeah, but
Man.
no, it's one of those things. Is that definitely people have shown up here from other realms and have influenced things. So. All right. Any other questions to anybody else?
I just have one more statement.
Oh.
One thing I'm just going to leave you with, and this is mostly a reminder to you, Andrew. Doodler has 5 older siblings that I don't know what happened to.
Mhm.
As far as I'm concerned, the farm happened. The farm was destroyed. I never saw them again. All I know is my fathers are dead. I don't know what happened to my family, my siblings. So
Yep.
Just thought I should throw that out there before that's forgotten into the void of nothingness.
Oh yeah.
Were they human?
They were humans.
They
yes.
were human.
Okay.
Also, I'm expecting 2 weddings because the whole reason my older sister was down below and wasn't up top that when it exploded is because she's getting arranged married.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yep. That was how that was working.
Yeah, what other things do we need to be scared of that we started because of things we said?
I can't give all away those things. We're not done.
Yeah.
The Dark Clown Grimmage, that'll be good. That'll be great to...
The Dark Clown Grimmage?
No.
We
No.
talked about it once.
Yep.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna
Can
be
I
Oh
make a
no,
dark-
it's already there. He has.
So
They're good people.
Yeah.
my part 6 character is going to be a dark clown.
I can't do dark clown. My part 4 character is going to be a happy clown, but
What's the difference between a clown and a dark clown? Is it just
Yeah, there's no
Murder.
difference. No difference.
There is. It is how they
Batman.
go about making things happen.
It's the Batman round.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sam the sad
the-
clown is going to become so much more powerful than you
Oh my
understand.
gosh. Oh.
I'm not
Hey.
playing Drippy. Or-
Drippy, that's all.
I still
Yeah.
have my Castles and Clowns page. We need to
Your
have this
castles
back.
and clowns.
Somehow Sam the sad clown became real.
Mhm.
No, the
Real
Dark
quick.
Clown Grimmage hunt down people.
There are 6 of us, which means that we have to establish who is what element of friendship. I call generosity. I think Buster is a solid choice for laughter. And I feel like Doodler is a solid choice for kindness. The rest of you three,
I think Buster would be the option of incredible violence.
that is not an option.
It
Oh,
is.
so-
It
Although
is.
actually,
so I'm the
laughter does
Fluttershy
have
of
a
the group?
cannon. So
I'm the Fluttershy of the group. Is that what you're saying?
yeah,
Oh, it's a pony. Okay.
you're
Yeah.
a bird that
Oh,
can't
that's what it
fly.
Nice.
That's true.
Oh, is this the My Little Pony thing?
Yeah.
Wow, I
Yeah.
didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I can't
Yeah.
decide if Septimus is honesty or magic.
Hmm.
Well, Tempest, I think, is magic.
Athanasius is magic, right?
Yeah,
Or
Tempest is
Athanasius.
magic,
The
Septimus is
honest one of the
honesty.
group. The honest one.
Well, it
Wait,
can't be
love it.
Athanasius.
We discovered the 8th one, Clown. Clown is the 8th one.
Yeah, he has the. It's like I don't need to tell lies. I just
No,
have someone here who can do it
Athanasius-
for me.
Yeah, Athanasius is Rainbow Dash. He's loyalty, 100%.
Rainbow.
He
Dash,
was
that's
ready
awesome.
to commit sacrilege for his sister.
That's
He
very
was.
true.
He was. Yeah. he
High
was.
drama.
If
I-
that
I
wasn't
actually-
loyalty, I don't know what is.
I do want to know. Actually, this is a question I didn't think about till just now. Whose character would be willing to commit sacrilege for someone they love?
Athanasius, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, no, but like, I want to know everyone. Like, would your character be willing to do it?
Athanasius is willing to dig up scrolls of like true resurrection after that episode.
I
He
think
was just
most
like,
of
"All right,
us
let's do
would.
this."
Yeah, I
would.
mean-
I don't think like.
I
If
think
that
Tempest
choice
has that
had been
luxury.
given.
Like he would, yeah. And I wouldn't stop Ethan. I mean, in the end, he would be a little bit. He was raised a certain way, but he would, yeah. But he wants to stay with his sister too. But he wouldn't be. Yeah, he'd let Ethan do the.
Buster
work
would be an
unfortunately.
endgame bad guy.
And
Oh,
Condemn the
do it the
world
right
to
way.
do one thing, definitely.
I'm just gonna sit over here in my Nissa corner, and you guys can do the sacrilege, but I'm not gonna participate.
Uh huh. Okay.
Is Tempest doing the sacrilege?
Oh yeah. No.
Is that a
No.
rule of the world? That's funny. It bends.
We see.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's
No,
like
no,
it's
no,
like
no, no.
Doodler would try not to, but I feel like he would give in. I don't know. I don't
Am
like if it
I
was someone he
the
really loved.
only one who would not do a sacrilege?
I think Septimus maybe.
I think if
Maybe.
I
Doodler,
imagine Tempest would do it if it cleared his debt.
Yeah. He did very
Septimus
small debts.
doesn't-
Yeah.
Septimus doesn't need to do a sacrilege to clear his debt. We already saved a guy to do
No,
that.
Tempest.
A Tempest.
Oh,
Tempest.
Yeah.
Tempest. Yeah,
That's what-
Tempest.
I think Buster would chase down the gods and beat them to death if Doodler died.
Yeah, I think he would.
Give me back Bird.
I think
I can
Doodler,
punch God. It says so on my book.
I think Doodler would he wouldn't go to punch God. I think he would just go down a long slope of nothingness until he's just nothing.
Oh, good. That's where the clowns wait for you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Dark
The
Clown
clowns
Ridge,
wait.
brother Doodler.
Doodler turns into a dark clown.
I will
Yeah.
burn you all incense and bake you muffins every Sunday
Yep.
in commemoration of your valiant efforts to defy the gods. But I will not participate. I will feed you and I will house you, but
None of us
there are
died.
things you mess with.
Yeah.
We all lived. There were some pretty
Yes.
close calls.
Yes.
But we all stayed alive.
Who was the closest to dying?
Tempest.
No,
Oh,
Septimus. It was Septimus.
It's one
I-
of those two. They're like
it was
neck and neck
Septimus.
always.
I was.
Septimus
What
was
wa-
the closest.
Yeah. Whenever we were getting our strength zapped, how close were you with that, Tempest? Remember that the shadows? That was.
Oh,
bad.
the strength.
Oh.
I was one hit away from death. Like
Yeah, okay.
Just
You're-
I would say
straight up
Septimus was
deletion.
worse in that situation because I had to save Septimus in that situation.
Yeah, I was gonna go.
Um,
Yeah, it was bad. It's bad.
I want to point out I never went unconscious. Except for the
Wow.
one time I got kidnapped, I never went unconscious.
Wow, your little Twilight Sanctuary like saved me so many times too. Is that what it's called? The Twilight
Yep.
thing with
Yeah,
the
it takes
temp
Twilight
HP.
Sanctuary.
Yeah.
That
I
was
can
so
promise you
powerful.
That Twilight Cleric channel divinity is crazy
so
strong.
powerful.
Buster
Yeah,
went
yeah.
down a lot at the beginning, but I definitely stopped there.
Yeah,
with middle.
Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
definitely going down.
Forward,
I'm going
though.
down like
Yeah.
first combat next time. Next game I'm going down first combat.
Yeah, you're a fighter, right? Next time is that the? Well, we could
Yep.
talk about it. Yeah.
Yep.
Look
Um,
at
There are like
Spoilers.
12 minutes left. We can talk
Spoilers.
about
We
it.
can talk
Nope.
about it next
Nope.
time, dude.
no, that's next week. That is next week.
Not even a little hint. Not even
Not
a little,
even little
Not a
hints.
little appetizer.
Not even little apples.
I already changed my
Pro
Discord
or what?
picture. It's been
That's-
changed
Yeah, but
for
that's
2
just for
weeks.
the patrons. That's just for
Yeah.
the patrons.
If you want hints and spoilers of who's playing what, get on Patreon, join our Discord,
Ooh.
post
and you
some
can
stuff
see.
there.
Give
Your
everybody a
beautiful,
preview.
beautiful
Yeah, we can do
artwork that
that.
was
Hey.
drawn for
By-
us by
by
Connor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very nice.
The
Something
very
I feel like we
talented
Very good
Connor
artwork.
with a C.
Yeah. Now Connor is drawn some amazing artwork yet again. So,
Yeah.
all right.
I think I
Wow.
might go ahead and do that right now. Do you guys
Yeah,
want
I'm gonna change my profile right now. Actually, yeah.
no, not profile. I'm just gonna post it in the Discord.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that
My
cool,
cool
Andrew?
suite.
Yeah. Yeah. Get on here.
Patrons get
Okay.
first look at stuff. That's how it works.
Are we posting like our Hero Forge mini?
No,
No.
I'm posting the art.
Just the art.
Connor, yeah.
Art. Oh.
Connor won't be upset with that,
And the
right?
name?
Uh,
Or just
they have incredible
just
art.
No, just do art. Just do the art.
No name, no nothing.
Nope. Nothing else, just the art. Let them speculate for a week.
God, look at your face.
Look at your face.
Which one? Which one, huh?
Oh,
That's pretty.
You can guess
That's
what
pretty
feed I'm
good.
gonna take. It's gonna be hilarious.
this guy, the
You can't
actor.
say no. There's a feat that goes really well with what he's got
What?
going on.
Perception
Ob-
or
Observant.
the
or-
observant? I took that one.
All right. Well,
Oh, look at Aiden, such a pretty boy.
he's such a nice kid. Look at that.
Look at this pretty boy.
Oh man, so nice.
Come on, I'm missing 3. I've
Look at
got
this
3.
lad.
Where are my other 3?
Look at this
I'm
curly
trying to get
haired
the-
boy.
I bring up my dude here.
What are we? What do you want us to bring up? What are you? What are
You're
you like?
putting your next week's picture in the chat for the lovely
Yeah.
patrons.
Yeah, because if you
Oh,
guys
the
want to see the
frog.
pictures, you have to
Oh,
join the
hold on.
join the Patreon.
Yep.
Let me get to that.
Goodness.
Does your frog ever get lost in
So-
there?
Question for you all:
Your frog.
what are you gonna miss most about Part 1 character? Your Part 1 character. What are you gonna miss most?
Being extremely spontaneous with Buster. I didn't have to think about his actions. I had 3 things in my mind at any time: clowning, doodler, and doodler.
Yeah.
That was it.
Um,
Spontaneous. Just I didn't have to plan. I didn't have to think.
You just did.
He was a blunt instrument in a round world.
I don't think I can tell exactly what I'm going to miss because it's a little bit of a spoiler for my next character, but I'll say a little bit. I will miss the honesty of Doodler. Very
Yeah.
honest character that I don't feel like is going to stick around for this next one.
What? What was that? What?
You heard me.
Oh man, that's great. Oh,
I think
Tempest, look at him.
I think Septimus wasn't. I need to be a better wizard. I don't think I really. He was good with his skills, and guess I'll miss like the perception investigation. But I think I'll miss. I think I'll miss his family the most.
Oh,
Ethan and his sister
Aw.
in the South Pole.
Yep.
Yeah,
My brother.
We had a good little family unit going there.
Yeah. I'll
you
miss
guys
you,
were all
Ethan.
very.
And the family we made along the way.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. That's what.
That's what I'll miss from our part 1 character.
oh,
That's
Mr.
right.
Ain't the nastiest. Do you really mean it?
I'm gonna miss that voice too. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to
yeah,
miss all
well,
your character voices. They're all going to be so drastically different for this next one, I'm sure.
brother.
Michael, what are you gonna
Yeah,
miss
we'll see.
from Tempest? You gone?
Uh,
There he is.
His internet connection.
It generally happens like anytime I go over to Discord, it starts like chewing away at the.
Everything, yeah.
So going over there and yeah, I just his personality really just playing that it's going to be the thing that I miss. That just the interactions within that.
Tempest put up with a lot.
Corey?
Oh yeah, definitely the just the party camaraderie. We had a good. I feel like once we found our dynamic, it was fun. Everyone kind of had their own little niche and kind of played off the other characters really well. I thought that's hard to get in some games. You don't really get it every game, and to get it with just having your own little connection with each character is hard to find. Especially if we're only playing like 2 hours a session.
Yeah.
Normal games
Yeah,
are 4 hours, and just being able to just kind of find those ties.
Actually,
That's
Corey,
precious. I don't think you get that.
Corey, I have to ask you. I don't think Athanasius liked Buster very much.
No.
Because I think
okay. The only character Athanasius was really sketched out by, for the majority, maybe like half the campaign, was Tempest. He wasn't everything that happened with Q, and he's just like, he's up to something. I just
I think Doodler and Tempest maybe had like one actual sit-down conversation with each other.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like we just did not have like a relationship together at all.
Hey, don't talk about my buddy that way.
I don't think Buster ever talked to Septimus one-on-one.
Mm.
I don't think that
Yeah,
ever happened.
Well,
That's
brief
Not one,
interactions. Yeah, but
both of you.
but some brief interactions. I think when you were running around in the forest, but not much. You're right. It wasn't like any deep conversations. You're right.
No,
We
it
need to-
feels like a Lord of the Rings thing. You know, like Legolas and Frodo,
Yeah.
they never talked.
That's true.
From
Yeah.
all the movies.
Yeah.
I think it's that kind of situation.
Yeah.
Frodo,
Yeah.
Hey, Legolas offered Frodo his bow.
that
In
was
fact,
it.
Elrond just volunteered him for the whole trip. So Legolas just like said, "Hey, you can take my bow," and Elrond just took that as go for it.
Volunteer. Yeah.
I'm just thinking. I think Bradley is like the only one who interacted with each one of us.
I
think she
tried
made a
really
point to
hard
do that, yeah.
to try to make sure everyone felt included, especially because Bradley's whole thing was, "Oh God, I don't have any friends. Nobody likes me. I always get in trouble."
Oh, that's so sad.
I wanted to burn down that entire mountain.
I still think
I wanted. You know what, you dragons, you suck.
I think
All of you,
the-
I've had enough of it.
I mean, Bradley,
I mean,
Bradley
it wasn't the
Tunnels.
dragons. It was never the dragons. It was the kobolds.
It was
So
the
Listen,
with
okay,
Buster's
so-
favor, he's just gonna ask the dragons to kill all the kobolds,
Oh my
that-
God!
excluding Bradley.
Did you
of
guys
course.
miss the part where Bradley
Wait.
collapsed a main tunnel and killed like 50 freaking people?
That happens sometimes. That's okay.
Buster, we just make it to where our favor is we make Bradley like the highest position above, like below the dragons, just the highest position, so everyone has to respect. Everyone has to respect Bradley.
Yes. Yeah.
Didn't they give us a statue?
I don't know.
They gave us a statue when we got back from the fire plane.
Hmm.
After we saved,
So it was like
they'd already
15 days
fixed up,
or
yeah, they fixed up the mountain, was back on the mend, and they had like erected a. Did I hallucinate that?
no, like a little monument or something like that.
Yeah, they gave us a statue. I got a statue. I'm a real dragon now.
Yeah.
I got fire.
If anything, Buster is super down to just go back to that town and just mop up once a month.
Wow. Wow.
He's got no plans for the next campaign.
Funny.
I'm gonna miss Bradley's attitude.
Mm.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna need somebody else to be more social in next campaign.
I got you. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
be-
be me.
I'm
yeah.
not going to be-
handle the talking.
I'm gonna be trying to talk to. I'm not gonna be trying to talk outwardly, probably, but to everyone in the party, I'm gonna be like, "Heck yeah, let's have a conversation."
Yeah, because well, I can talk to outwardly. That's fine. It's just interpersonal relationships. What are those?
Yeah.
That's rather cold-blooded approach.
Nice.
First joke of part 2, and we're T-minus
Where are we
12
going?
minutes.
Uh,
Yeah, actually, that is something I'm gonna miss. My next character is not gonna be as boisterous. I think he's gonna be a little bit more serious.
That's what I was saying. Was like, I think mine is almost like a opposite side of the coin type approach.
I mean, that tends to be what happens. I mean,
Mhm.
that's one of the reasons why I think these parts are going to be very good for everybody, because we're talking a year, probably at most, for each part.
Yeah.
You know, so when you get on the long campaign, sometimes I think you get about 8-10 months into it, and you're like, I'm tired of playing
Yeah.
this type of character. You know,
Where's my nose? I can't find my
No, I
nose.
think-
yeah.
I think I'm gonna struggle with the next one because she's gonna be like more selfish, and I'm bad at that.
Oh,
my
no,
next
we're gonna-
my next
we're gonna-
character is
That sounds
also going to
fun.
be challenging. Mine's going to be very challenging.
'Cause
really? It's interesting.
I like you people. I don't want to be rude to you
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Interesting.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready to see. I'm ready to give you a couple more glimpses, a couple more nuggets of what's going on.
I have to say, our color scheme. Incredible.
Yeah, our color scheme.
Two of you guys, same color scheme.
Yeah.
That was completely on accident.
And we didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
Three of us have like the same color scheme as far as like
Interesting.
outfit goes.
Yeah, you do. That's funny.
Kind of three
Like,
of us.
I feel
Yeah.
like that my character connects to your character, Aiden, and then your character can kind of connect to Tim's and a little bit to Michael's.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
the
Corey,
complexion
up
is
top
intense,
for color schemes, man.
but-
Up top, we got colors up in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey's is the most striking out
Yeah.
of all of the
My
characters.
last
That's pretty
era
cool.
was Athanasius was basically monochromatic, so
Yeah.
I wanted to like
Make
spice
it
it up a
right.
little bit. Yeah.
That's cool.
I remember the first Hero Forge design of that character I saw. I was like, "This is
Oh,
beautiful. I
oh,
love this
yeah.
character."
No notes.
Left no crumbs.
Yes.
Ugh.
Fantastic.
I love Colin's design as well.
Yeah.
Your character
It's
design is
just
really
it's
good.
cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah.
It's very good.
As you guys can tell, they're excited for part 2. I'm excited to tell the part 2 story, as we are going to move to a new continent that hasn't even been discussed. So that's exciting. I'm excited to show more of the world and have you guys play in the sandbox a little bit more.
Yeah.
Hope you guys are looking forward to playing on Crimmerize as well.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I think that does it. Unless anybody has any last comments or questions, we're getting towards that end of the wrap up for part 1 of Mysteries of Beatrix.
No.
Good.
As always, thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a little bit of an insight as they kind of talked through some of the things. I'd love to hear your favorite parts from I guess we can call it season 1 of Mysteries of Beatrix.
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, it's done. It's over. Put those in the comments. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Help us get up to that next milestone. We're at 303. When we started a year ago, we were 130.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. So for subscribers for the Red Dirt RPG channel. So fantastic there. But yeah. And then until next time, I hope all your games are as filled with shenanigans as ours are. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bring some friends for part 2.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh.